the Spurs are apparently KD's #1 choice, of teams he wants to go to, which is fine. Like I said on the video I made the other day, that I feel like KD with De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama is a really nice trio. And the fact that in these trade talks, they apparently don't have to give up Stephon Castle, which is amazing for the Spurs, but crazy to me that the Suns are not I was about to say denying, are not, what's the word? Demanding. Are not demanding Stephon Castle is crazy to me. Maybe they are and they're just getting denied. I don't know. But I say all that to say the fact that not only is Stephon Castle apparently not being included in these deals, but the #2 overall pick also, like, okay, I have multiple opinions on this. So apparently Matt Ishbia, and the Suns, they want to basically get back what they paid for KD if they're going to trade him. And chances are that's not going to happen. And I'm not trying to raid on their parade, but like, what they paid for KD was a different time in the NBA, a different salary cap structure for a lot of teams, and KD was 4 years or 3 years, younger and still had multiple like his contract is up after one more year. So teams who are trading for him, they might have to give him an extension. Like he may want to go someplace where they will extend him. So that's one concern, or not even a concern, but like that is one thing teams have to consider. Does he want to stay here? Does KD want to extend with us? That's one thing. Do we want to pay him the extension? I think the answer will be yes, but like, do we want to pay him the extension? If he doesn't want to stay here, will bringing in KD be enough to make us a champion next year? Because you only get a one-time chance if that's the case, if he's going to leave. So that's another thing. And then what are we giving up to get KD? That's the question that I'm bringing up now, is that these teams don't want to pay what you paid to get KD, because if they have to give up that much, they may not be able to be championship contenders, and then they're stuck. Obviously, each team is going to do what's in the best interest of themselves. So obviously, from the Suns' standpoint, I don't fault Matt Ishbia for wanting to get back a haul for KD. I don't think he's wrong for wanting that. I'm just saying the reality is other teams are looking around the league and thinking like, if we have to give up what you gave up to get KD, I don't know if we can be a championship contender because of all the salary cap restrictions, because KD's coming with $50 million and he deserves that money. But because of the restriction in the NBA, other teams are going to be kind of hard capped. So you have to remember, like, neither team is wrong, but when you're talking about the Suns and, going back to your Spurs comment, whoever said that, I'm so sorry. I kind of got off track, but I'm on track because I'm making a point here, is that as I just said, the fact that Stephon Castle is apparently not in these, conversations for these deals, and like you mentioned, the #2 overall pick is not included either. That's a super valuable pick, and basically the Spurs are saying, I don't know what the package is, but let's just say the Spurs are saying like Harrison Barnes, I think you have to include Devin Vassell to make the salaries match, although I'm a fan of Devin Vassell, so I don't love that they're giving him up, but regardless, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and then like, I don't know, 2 first-round picks or whatever it is. They're not even giving up the #2 overall pick in those 2 picks, allegedly, right? Like, think about that. So if Matt Ishbia is looking at that offer, he's like, wait, that's not what we paid for KD. So there is like a disconnect here. So this is what I'm saying. Like, the fact that the Spurs may be able to get KD and not have to pay that price, that's why the Spurs could be really scary. But if the Suns are not willing to budge on that, then nobody's going to, or not nobody's going to get KD, but like the price for KD will be different. Like, the #2 overall pick may have to be included in that package, whatever it is. Or maybe Stephon Castle or whatever. So I will be looking to see what the deal ends up being, what, what level package that they get back for KD. Because I think what's getting lost in all this is the actual player that KD is. Like, I think because of the financial restrictions and implications of trading for KD and the fact that his contract is almost up and stuff like that, we are forgetting that KD still averaged like 27 last year and can still score on anybody and nobody can guard him. He had an Achilles tear and he came back almost better. Like, that's kind of crazy to say. Like, he was just as good at the minimum, right? So we're talking about a player who literally can still do everything. And we're kind of talking about him as if he's not that player, right? And like, I get it, like his injury concerns and all that stuff. That's fair enough. I'm just saying, like, the player he is himself is still one of the most valuable players in the league. It's just the other intangibles that are with it, his contract situation, financial second apron things, those kind of things, and his injury history, him potentially not being able to be there on the floor if he's hurt. So I am not disagreeing with any of that, and that is why his value is not what it is, or might not be what it is on the market. I'm just saying Kevin Durant is still Kevin Durant. Like, I think we need to remember that.